Just waiting for the live to come up. There it is. You are live. Are you live, Mike?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
You're live, huh? Well, guys, welcome to another fun evening. Ask a coin dealer. The question we're going to cover tonight is now the time to buy or sell your silver and gold. It says buy in the title, it says buy and sell on the thumbnail. So, hey, we'll go from there. And before we get started, let's say hi to everybody who is here. We got Against an Armies here. John, Jacob, Mrs. Coin Crew, Danny Johnson, Jetmech is here, Doug Wagner, and I missed somebody. I know I missed. I always miss somebody. Ty McFadden, I think I said that already. Yeah, that's it. Just a few of you. If type, there's Mysterian. How you doing? So, guys, if you want us to highlight your question, if you want us to talk about your question, because your comments guide how the show is going to go. We have a basic question that we're talking about, and today is now the time to buy gold and silver. But if you ask other questions, if we find them interesting, we're going to talk about them. And I find just about anything interesting, right? So, welcome. Right here, we got this guy. I don't know
How's
who
it
he
going,
is, though.
everybody?
Yankee Pride is here. Char Boyer is here. M Chat is here. So the gold and silver's been kind of crazy lately. It's been going up. It's been going down. Today it recessed back a little bit. Stock market, the S&P was kind of flat. The Nasdaq gained a slight bit, and 143, 44 points. The Dow went down. So, and gold, it followed suit with the Dow. It went down around. Looks like it's 3302 ask on Kitco. Silver is 3658. That was sitting around 30. Friday, it was sitting at 33. 38, I think, and silver was sitting right at 36.98. So yesterday's session and the day, you've lost $36 on gold, you've lost 40 cents on silver. What do you think about that, bro? Okay, Tapper. I
I,
can
th-
hear
I
that. What do
think
you
I
think?
think it's fine, man. I think the market's going to recess a little more.
You think it's going to recess a little more?
I think so.
So, if it's going to recess, do you recommend people buy now or wait, or maybe just buy a little, or would that depend on how much gold or silver they have on hand?
It depends on what they got on hand and what they need to do with it.
Well, we've got a question. We're talking about gold and silver, but we got a question about platinum here. JDF question marks. Do you guys think platinum is a better buy than silver? I'm going to add a little bit to that at this time. Do you think platinum's better than silver right now? Platinum is down $33 since Friday.
Yeah, well, I mean, platinum is trying to make a promise to get back up there, and I think it will. But really, if I because of the stackability, you got to think of room and everything. Platinum is a nice buy right now. I think we got a little bit more clearance. It's going to go a little higher. It's starting to be used in the auto plants and stuff again. So there you go. We got some uses for it.
Platinum's up about 35, 38% in the past 30 to 40 days. So that
Yep.
is a nice rise. The question you probably have, because it went up, is a good buy? And my answer, kind of reassuring what he just said, yeah, it's a great buy. It has a lot of room to grow. It's more rare than gold. So there
That's
you
it.
have that. So we also have a situation that since the start of the year, and I'm not trying to get politics into it, but it may have a little bit to do with politics. The value of this dollar, the greenback, is down 10%, over 10% since January compared to other currencies. Besides political, do you think there's any other things that may be causing that? Our value, besides inflation, the value of our dollar.
I wasn't hardly listening. I'm sorry, Keith.
The value of the dollar is down over 10% since January compared to other currencies. Besides political, are there any reasons why that could be happening?
Well, our budget is getting higher again, and we got some problems there. Well, I mean, the dollar is, you got this brick program trying to crash the dollar. So, yeah, they're going to push and pull a little bit. Uh,
It's going to
do I think the dollar going to be drop off the map? No.
it's going to take decades for something like that to happen, for the dollar to crash and become like Venezuela money, so to speak, or Zimbabwe. There are a lot of other countries pushing to try to devalue the dollar. That much I read, and I read this article yesterday. Also, the fact of, like, he mentioned the trade deficit and the budget, both of them, the budget and the deficit, they're two separate things, but they are putting strain on the dollar. If we owe out too much, the dollar might not hold up. So that is something that is also affecting the gold. The value of gold rises when the value of the dollar goes down. And that is part of the reason gold has held its 3,300 plus lately, is because of our devaluing currency. Do you think that's part of it, Mike?
Yep.
So yeah, when your dollar don't buy diddly, things that are actually worth something become more expensive. And even your everyday items like gasoline, milk, eggs, and bread, they all become more expensive. So, having said that, hello, Frank Mons, Wolf Tracks. How are you, my friends? Amy Harrell is here, 949 Designs. Here's another question about platinum from JDF. Thank you, JDF. Do you guys ever see the 1 gram platinum bars, and what is a good price to pay for 1 gram platinums? What say you, bro?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, usually the bars are going a little bit high, really, for 1 grammers. They're going around $50 to $55. You'll see them in the cards. Are they worth that? No, because that's putting too much premium on them.
There is a large premium on platinum because it's hard to produce platinum. It's such a hard metal. It's much harder than gold or silver, and dies tend to break more easily. Therefore, the manufacturer are going to want a bigger premium to help cover the cost of the excessive manufacturing of dies. So, yeah, the premium's too high, but that's why it is. That's part of why it is. That, and everybody's got to make a dollar, because the guy making them is not the guy selling them directly to the public most of the time. So we got Juan Justo here. Hello, Lisa Anderson as well. So I'm really I guess you could say I love gold and I love silver. I have been backing off a little bit on gold this year as it's been rising, and it's not because I'm scared of gold. It's because, as we was talking before the stream, I don't want all of my eggs in one basket, and anybody who is investing shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have all your money in gold or silver or stocks or real estate alone. Maybe mix it up between all of those and then something else. That we were talking about earlier, were we not, Mike? And you said you mess with what that I don't mess with?
Cryptocurrency.
And the reason why I bring this up, because he made that comment earlier before the show, and I was telling him, I says, Mike, I said, you know as well as I do, and he reaffirmed it. He said, yeah, if you don't know about an item that you're thinking about investing in, there's two things you can do. You can learn about that item, or don't invest in it. Because if you don't understand something, an investment of any type, you're going to lose money. So, and that's why I don't have time to learn about crypto. So I don't. And he has taken the time to learn a little bit. And there's money to be made, just not for me because I don't have the time. Here's a question from Doug Wagner. He says, Coin Career, I have several sealed proof sets from 56 to 1964. In your opinion, should I leave them sealed or should I open them? What do you think, brother?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll pay more for a sealed one than I will open one.
It's like that 1952 sealed box with the Superbird on the chest of the quarter, the die chip. It's the possibility of getting a deep cameo Frank and the possibility of getting an air. So sealed sets are always worth more than unsealed sets when you get the older silver ones. And even when you buy stuff from the mint, Mike, you buy a lot of stuff from the mint, don't you?
Yes.
Are there items that they say leave them in the mint packaging they ship or the mint box that got shipped to you and just send it to the
There,
breeder?
there is a lot of items like that they and look at your flowing hair. Uh, People, there's guys paying a little more now for the box because they want the box with papers and coin. But the problem is, guys out there that are doing this, they're shooting, hopefully shooting for another 70 because they are worth a little bit of money. But
And when you leave it in the sealed box from the mint, you also get that early release, first day, or whatever they happen to call the label. You get the early label, so to speak.
for, yeah,
First
you can take
try.
it, send it in just like that to the grading company. They'll give it to it.
Yeah, and because when it's sealed, your invoice that you will get back from the graders has a date on it, so they know when you ordered it that way. You if you had about one you did order like this first day out, and then you opened it up and then sent it in 31 days, you're not getting an early release label. So yeah, there's always that. So original packaging, leaving it in there, whether it's new product or older product, is always best. $5 super chat. Hey Coin Crew, hey Mid America. Thank you, J Dog. Awesome, my friend. $5 helps the channels. Guys, your super chats are greatly appreciated, however, not needed as far as you don't have to do it. But we kind of need them, I guess, to pay the bills, don't we? But thank you very much. Doug Wagner says, thanks, Keith and Mike. So yeah, guys, we just
It
get to
actually
one
does
question.
thanks to Mike and Keith, but you go ahead and
Here,
finish.
I'm dyslexic, ain't I? Where'd it go? I lost it already. Yeah, it does. It says Mike and Keith. See, I read. You know when remember when I was little and I had that something wrong with my eyes, and Mom took me to the hospital and the doctor a couple different times, and I was reading the word. It would be separate, and I seen it across, but for some reason the letters got turned around. I don't know what they called that, but they fixed it. It wasn't the whole sentence; it was just the individual word got turned around. Each word. It was
Well, I
really
think
good.
it's back now again.
You think it could be? Yeah, that's what made me think about it. It could be back. John Jacob says, please smash the likes. They are greatly appreciated as well.
Already did it.
And J Dog reminds you to refresh and live chat, everyone. Make sure you're on live chat so you can get all the comments. Um, Now you dabble with the stock market a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
How's that been going for you? Because we had a rough ride in April. It was way down, and then it came most of the way back, if not back all the way on some stuff. How's that doing for you? Are you
I'm
even
not
yet, or
down. It's getting there, but I'm not down. I'm still okay.
no? I mean, as far as say March, late March, the stocks were at a level. Let's just call it level 1 to 10. Stocks were at like a 10, and they fell all the way down to like a 2. Some of my stocks are still not back. I mean, I'm even up again. I mean, it's because some of them performed a little better, but there's some of them out there that just haven't performed. I mean, take Apple for example. They're like 210, and they was up as high as 250 somewhere in there. Because I had bought some at 246. I think it might have been 260. So the stock market's starting to come back. And the reason why I mention the stock market, everybody, is silver and gold is similar to the stock market. It's a long term investment. You can't put money in today and expect to generate an income or a profit tomorrow. It takes time, usually 5 or more years. What's your thoughts on that? About being in it for the long haul?
But that's what most investors do. They invest it, hopefully never they need it and pass it down to the families. Usually is what happens.
You know, Warren Buffett has a
Invest-
saying. His saying is the ideal time for me to buy a stock and hold it. His ideal length of holding it is forever. When he buys something, he really has no intention of selling it, but it does sometimes happen. And the same thing with silver and gold. We all buy our silver and gold, hopefully to pass it down, but it's there if an emergency comes up, if your car breaks down, if you lose your job. Silver and gold will help you get through. So buy it religiously. Buy it just like your 401k every week, whether it's $5 or $10, because a lot of times, and I've done it several times myself, where I've needed a little bit of silver or gold to buy something or pay a bill, it comes in handy. Now, you're not in the same position I am, so you don't use your gold and silver as much as I do off and on. But have you ever used gold or silver to buy something that you didn't have the cash for? I mean,
Oh
not
yeah.
that you. So
I
just
mean, there's big lots I buy where you'll see me dump off some of it because I want to recoup that money back.
so there's lots of instances. Just what it does. So it doesn't really matter. I guess what you're saying. It doesn't matter if you're low income or cash fluent or whatever. It's there. The money's there if you need it
It's
instead of
there,
holding on to that dying dollar.
right?
Scooter says platinum seems to be on a tear. It was doing pretty good. Been doing pretty good. Start questions like that with the three question marks. Juan, sorry I missed you, my friend. What percentage of your total financial portfolio should be in metals? What do you think, Mike? What's your total percentage? Ask Tommy Stacker. Should you have there in the metals?
Probably about 35%. Because
You're
I
as
mean,
high as 35.
yeah, right in
I've
there.
been trying to get mine down to the 25 range because I've been heavy on metals. I think 25, and when I say 25, it's not 25 in gold and 25 in silver. I mean, it's 25% between all of them for me. Are you talking about 35 for all of it or just for one
Right.
particular metal?
Right. Yeah. I no, it's for all of it.
Okay, so he likes to be the thing about having a lot in your metals, you aren't earning a passive income off of them, but you are cash liquid, and that's a very good thing. And then when you're a coin dealer, that's very important. What percent? Oh, we already did that one. There was another one I was looking at. What do you guys think about buying a nice vehicle to travel around to buy and sell at coin shows across the USA compared to renting a space for a brick and mortar? So he's asking, from the way I understand this, JD, what you're asking is, what's our thoughts on becoming a show dealer, a traveling show dealer to buy and sell just to dealers, or have a brick and mortar, or yeah, or if you set up at a show. A lot of guys do that. What are your thoughts on that? Which way's better, brick and mortar or show dealer?
I'm a brick and mortar type of person myself.
I'm a brick and mortar store, but I think you can make money just doing nothing but shows. That's my thoughts about it. I think there's a lot of room because the expense of a brick and mortar, just off the top of your head, I mean, real quick, before you even blink an eye, you got somewhere between $2,000 to $5,000 a month instantly out before you can make any profit. That's just having the building, paying the utilities, and the internet and all that stuff. The government can't shut down gold and silver whenever they want, like they can and have done the stock market. Well, that is true. There has been instances. The most vivid time I remember was 9/11, where they shut it down due to exponential forces. Something beyond the market. That can happen if it's a critical event like that, because the markets will crash. And the stock market awful has stops in place too. If it goes down so much of a percent, it will stop for 15 minutes, then it'll start back up, and it goes down again, and it'll do it again. I think the third time it shuts it down for the day. That particular stock, not all the whole market. It keeps the stock from free falling. And I believe they do the same thing if it starts going up too fast. I don't know about that, but I know the stock, I think, what is it, 15, 20% down in a certain period of time, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is. Mark Gotcha. He says, sell if you're in it right. Would now be a good time to sell? Would now be a good time to sell, Mike, if you're in
You
gold
asking me
silver
that?
right?
You
What?
know what I said before, but I got to tell the truth. No, now would not be time to sell.
You don't think they should sell now?
Nah, nah.
I don't think they
You,
should sell a lot.
you know, nah, some of you guys got to remember you bought it a long time ago. than other people that bought it now. Don't get scared. That's what I'm just saying. Don't cash out because it dropped a little bit.
If you got a lot, it wouldn't hurt to sell a little bit of it to take some profits off the table. Nothing against taking a little bit of your profit off the table. But a lot of times, and I fear this, and the biggest thing I fear is if silver gets to 50 or even $100, what I fear is everybody is going to sell everything they have. The market's going to crash, and then all of a sudden it's going to skyrocket and it's going to go up past that mark. I
And
fear
then,
that people,
then you're going to be sitting back there. I wish I wouldn't have done it.
I have a feeling. So if it does get up to 50 or $100 an ounce for silver, don't sell all. Maybe take a little profit off the table and then see what happens. See how it settles. Because if you take some of the profit and then it settles down, you can buy some back before it goes crazy. Because if too many people do it, it's just gonna go crazy. Because there's gonna always, I guess you could say, whales out there, and you heard of Bitcoin whales. Well, there's gold and silver whales out there too. That if it gets low enough, they will buy up millions and millions of dollars of the commodity. So that's something you have to be cautious if you decide to try to sell it all. MJD, I bought an uncirculated 1914 $10 large note. Should I send it to be graded?
Depends on the
Currency.
condition.
He said uncirculated.
Well, if you
1914.
really think it's uncirculated, yeah, I'd send it in.
There you go. If you believe it's uncirculated, take it to another dealer and see what they have to say. Email any collectible value. Email any collectible value or just mail. Let's take a look. I'm not seeing your email. Did you send it to Coin Crew or Coin Zone? Juan, let me know. Oh, it just came in. Here it is. All right, let's share the screen. This is an 1873 and an 1886, 20 coroners. Those are just a little bit over melt, if I'm not mistaken. Are they not, Mike?
Yeah, them are. I wouldn't
Not,
grade them.
not real collectible value there, Juan. Not real collectible value. I wish I had better news for you, my friend. If there is somebody out there that needs them, I mean, I would keep a hold of them because someone might need them and pay you an extra 5 or 10% just because they're doing the set or something like that. So that's always good to have a variety in your collection. That way, when something is hotter or more in demand, it helps you. Or you may have something like that where someone who come along needing that 1873 or 1886 Sweden 20 Corona, and you have it, and you can get a little extra. So always good to have variety, guys. They shut it down so no one could access their money. Normally they shut that down because what happens in times of turmoil, 9/11. I mean, that was a crazy time. I mean, everybody who was old enough remembers that. I literally watched it on a dial-up computer. It was before we had broadband or whatever. And when they kind of went trying to dial in. But I was watching Howard Stern and I seen that plane. And if I wasn't at the time so financially challenged, I would have drove my butt all the way to New York to help out with the cleanup. But I had to work. I couldn't take the time off. And any time of turmoil, people freak. It was more of a panic, is why it got shut down than anything. But yeah, they do. Don't they do that if people try to panic sell? They try to eliminate that fear there. Mark Gotcha, not for me. Paid under 400 an ounce and 95 for my gold and $4. I guess he's for the silver. Not selling, says Mark. Gotcha. There you go, my friend. That's a good answer. Scooter says, how's the coin market for coins between 500 and 3,000? Depends on the look. the key date and everything of them, whether they're key or common. I mean, how's the market doing, Mike? On the better quality, 500 plus coins.
They're doing good. There's a really good market out there right now.
So the market is strong. People are straying away from the gold a little bit that are collectors. Is that what you're saying, or not?
The collectors that collect gold are still collecting gold too. There's good gold coins out there, guys. You can get. There's good silver coins out there. Like the Carson City $20 gold piece that guy's got that he was gonna bring to show and resell. He didn't bring it, guys.
Sometimes you have casual stackers and collector mix where they just kind of casually do the stacking part. But when the metals get high like this, they go straight back to stacking. They don't even think twice about it. Danny Johnson says, sell metals, buy stocks now. I think that would have been the model to use April the 8th this year because now the market's come back a little bit. I wouldn't, at this point in time, I wouldn't sell my metals to buy stock. I would just take some extra money and buy stocks. But early on, I did. I sold some metals and bought some stocks early April. It was a no brainer. I mean, you had some of them. You had what was Broadcon? It was down to 146, and it's up to 276 again. It's actually some of the bigger names are better than they were. So yeah, it's all about timing. Even entering the market when it comes to silver and gold, it's about timing. Dealers are buying silver under spot right now. Can you imagine if spot goes to 50, what the prices will be if you can sell to someone else? I don't know if the dealers will pay under or over spot when it's $50 per ounce or not. It depends on the demand. That is what you're facing right now. There's not a big demand for silver. What do you think, Mike? Do you think if silver gets $50, do you think it's going to be guaranteed that dealers are going to pay under spot for silver?
No, it's going to depend on one thing. It's going to depend on what type of shop you go into, because there is guys that no matter what they pay back. The market, I was paying over a couple of years ago, and now I'm paying under. It's just the way the market went. But guess what? You're also buying that silver a little cheaper too. So
Yeah, you
it's
are
all
buying
good.
silver cheaper now than you could at these levels. MicroStrategy, sell bonds, buy Bitcoins. It's a money glitch. Can any of us do that with precious metals? I don't know. I'm not really sure how to answer that there, Welchco. I don't know if I'd sell my bonds to buy Bitcoin. Probably for me, no, because I'm not into the crypto. Again, I don't have nothing against crypto, but I am a strong believer if I don't understand something, I'm not putting my money into it. It just doesn't make sense. That's like putting a blindfold on and driving down the highway at 70 miles an hour behind the wheel. You just don't do it. You're asking for an accident to happen. My LCS buying with cash and checks, and so many people are selling. Yeah, a lot of people are selling right now. We've been buying more than we've been selling. What about you, Mike? Are you doing the same?
Yep.
I'm back to ask about the Ike. I have not found one. Mike, MS67, PCGS, or is PCGS or NGC? Not PCGS, I think. Uh,
I
no,
did not have one at PCGS. So
MS67 1971S. Just buy
I
both of them, then you'll have the right one
yeah.
for him. If you hunt them both down, then you'll have the right one he needs. Might be NGC. No, I think it's PCG. I don't know if it matters or not. I don't remember. Get back with me on that, Viserion. I've been getting on the 65 piece dollars. I can't get enough. Good looking coin. When you piece dollar becomes a 65 or better quality, 65 and 66s are still affordable. 67s, they start going crazy. What do you think? Can you, if you had a chance to buy a whole bunch of 65 piece dollars at a fair rate, would you?
Oh yes.
He's like 100 a pop, common dates. Wow, that's reasonable. That's not too bad. I remember when 65 mortgages were 100 a pop. Wasn't too long ago. Speg says, my favorite crew is here, the Coin Crew. Thank you, Spags. We appreciate it, my friend. Much, much appreciated. Okay, where we? Just darn thing. It's hard to maneuver this stuff sometimes. I see the wholesale price of junk is currently negative 3.35%, says Azure Blue. Um, is that where we're at? Wholesale is, is on. It's on the negative. We know that. Is it about 3.5% on wholesale, gold or silver? I think that's pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close. So you're when you go to a dealer, you can't expect more than that from a reputable dealer that deals with the wholesale markets a lot. I woke up spag with the peace dollars. They're nice looking coins. Buying gold tomorrow at the fun show pre-show. Have to keep replacing for multiple boating accidents. Ow. And that's why we buy gold. Accidents happen, and so we sell some of it.
Yeah, I'm
So
not. I'm not going to be down there at the Orlando show now.
yeah, you're are you privy to tell why you're not going to go to the fun show, or is that personal, too personal?
All I'm going to say is, doctor says I can't go.
Doctor says he can't because he's hurt. That's all we can say about that.
Foot issues.
All right. Aren't you technically selling just as much as buying since you sell through refiners at melt? Uh, Refiners aren't paying melt.
No, they're not paying Mel.
No. And no, we're not selling as much as we're buying. We're buying more than we're selling. I am anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not paying melt right now. That's why they're not getting none of my stuff. And I don't sell my coins anyway. I only sell the pure rounds and stuff, or broken up silverware or coins or something like that. Whoa, look at this. Bryce Cooley. I bought a 47-piece silverware set at a garage sale for $10. I opened it up and discovered it's real antique, all stamped 800, which basically means 80% silver. The whole thing is worth 1,700 bucks. Wow, what a find. I don't know if I could sleep at night. I think honestly, I think I would have to go back to the people myself, and they have something for sale again for 10 bucks. I would offer them 200 bucks for it. Oh, I'll give you 200, it's worth it. Just to give them a little extra money. I'd do something. And maybe I'd give them three. I don't know. What would you do if someone had a yard sale? Because a lot of times people have yard sales because they need money. What would you do if someone at a yard sale sold something like that yourself? Could you sleep at night?
Well, be able to sleep at night, of course. But at the same time, my conscience bothered me a little bit. I'd probably go back after the yard sale and talk to them, let them know, hey, this is worth a little bit more money, and probably split it with them what the value really was. And
Yeah, give them something extra because, like I said, people who have yard sales are doing it most of the time. It's not just to clear their house out. Most people that have yard sales do it because they need the money, and you can tell by looking at their house and their cars. Do they need the money? I mean, if there's a whole bunch of brand new Cadillacs, obviously they're just doing it to clear out their house. But if I don't know, it just me, I'd do it anyway. All those 47 pieces of silverware have about 51 ounces of silver, basically paid 20 cents per ounce. I can't leave it up there, man. I can't see it again. I can't see it again. Oh. Randy Gray, with silver buyers at or below spot, are graded piece dollars a better buy now? Mike, what say you? Are the graded piece dollars a better buy now?
they're very reasonable right now. I mean, I would buy better date dollars, but I'm not going to pay ass. I'll be paying bid, but I'd buy it.
Yeah, I would too. C. Bob says he's another coin dealer. He says gold's so cheap, I ordered 50 ounces of gold today, for example. There you go, my friend. Thank you. Please begin questions with three question marks to make your questions noticeable. Spag says, if you tell me the sunflower US Mint doesn't look good, I'm unfollowing. I've never heard of the sunflower US Mint, unless you're talking about a sunflower coin. What's he talking about? Something I don't know yet.
Uh,
I think there is a coin with a sunflower on it, isn't there? I don't know. I think
I
there is.
think so.
Yeah. I don't know if it looks good or not, so I can't tell you one way or the other. So you still got to follow me, my man. He's pretty cool. Hey, if one of the mods could sit there and throw his channel link up, that'd be great for spectacular. Do either of you think that there's a chance that Mexico will nationalize their silver mines like they did years ago with their oil holdings? Meaning, do you think the government's going to take them over? I guess is what he's asking in Mexico. I don't know nothing about how their governments work down there.
I don't either. So I would
So
not.
I wouldn't be, I guess you could say, privy to that type of information. Sorry, I couldn't help you on that. Mutswat says Sterling should be Mark Sterling. Usually it is, but sometimes they did make silverware out of 800 fine, right? 80%
Yeah,
silver.
80%. Yeah.
And they marked it as such. How much for a BU roll of war nickels? Call us, one of us at the shop tomorrow, and we will give you a price. We would have to look it up. And then we would even have to look at the roll, too, to get you an accurate pricing because one BU row is not the same as another, just like a snowflake. No two are the same. Just because it bids for something doesn't mean we're willing to pay more or less because of the quality of the coins. What do you think, bro?
I agree.
There you go. Oh, I think it's the high relief gold coins. Oh, yeah, I love those coins. I remember seeing them now that you come think about it. Yeah, that's the sunflower gold, is what Speg's talking about. See, that's why I didn't catch what it was because it's not out yet. And what does it come out in August or September? I don't remember which one. Yeah, I'll be buying one. New Liberty Gold is a sunflower, I think, says C. Bob. Yeah, that sounds right now that you come think about it. See, sometimes there's so many coins out there, unless you've seen it a lot, it kind of slips your mind sometimes. How you feeling, brother?
Huh?
How you feeling? You look a little tired. You doing
Oh,
okay?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Uh, okay, we don't want to talk about them. Okay, he's talking about the upcoming 2025 Liberty Coin in as a bee and a sunflower. Yep. Yeah, I exactly remember the one. How have you been, Bad Gateway? Long time no see, my friend. It's good to see you. Pew, I guess I'll continue to follow now because he likes it. Yeah, that is a good looking coin. I try to buy the high relief every year. Um, Now, do you get a high relief every year for your stack or whatever, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
And do you always put the Eagles in your stack, or do you most of the time sell them off, or what?
I usually only put high release. The Eagles, no, we haven't been. We've been.
So what Mike is saying, what Mike is recommending, is stack high relief gold because they're shorted printed, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's correct.
They are short printed. Look at the 2021 high relief Mustang that this guy bought off me for under $2,000. What's that bidding at and what's it retailing at? It's like 7 to 8 thousand, right?
It's around 8,000 bid now.
It went up
Yeah,
again.
yeah. The retail's got almost a $2,000 spread on that one. I can't believe.
Yeah. I haven't looked the retail up for this month. I know last month the wholesale was 7, the retail was 8,700. So if it went up again, yeah, lowest minted one. High release are usually low minted because they charge so much more. I
Yeah.
expect
Well,
the
what I've been
people.
doing, what I've been trying to do is because we get in there and get a few extras, and we try to keep a 70 grade and a box and paper one. We put them one of each back.
What I've been noticing is the high reliefs are much shorter printed than a lot of the other coins. That's why I try to put one. But I'm guesstimating the price of that is going to be somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200 over spot. That's my guesstimation. Right now, the U.S. Mint still has it to be determined (TBD) where it has the price. So that is something you guys want to keep a lookout on. If you can afford it, go ahead and buy one. If not, try to trade for one because most of them go up in value. Bad Gary says, I'm fine. Keith, hope you and Mrs. Coin Crew well. We are, my friend. What is a better buy, a quarter ounce coin or a 20-gram gold bar? You know what I'm going to say. What are you going to say,
I'm
Mike?
gonna say quarter ounce coin.
Coin is always better than a bar. Reason being, there's only one manufacturer of that coin, and bars, there's too many manufacturers of them. I just love coins more than bars. Just my preference.
Right.
Mike, are you going to be able to make the St. Charles show
I
next
will
week?
be there. I will be there. They're gonna let me make that drive.
Oh, I am. Remind me, I want to talk to you after the show tonight about that. I will be there also on a Thursday. What is that? The 17th. I will be there. So if any of you guys want to come down, St. Charles, Missouri, is that still at the convention center this year? So
Yes.
it'll be at the St. Charles Convention Center on the set off the 70 in St. Charles. There, it's a really good show. Okay, do you currently have any Privy Silver Eagles and should I buy them? Thanks. I don't know. The Star Privies are out. I don't know if the Army has not been released. No other Privies have been released yet, have they?
Yeah, Privy ain't gonna be until the end of July is when they're expected to just start shipping them.
And Ty McFadden says, Juan, seems to me the 20-gram bar would have a slightly lower premium than the quarter ounce coin. That is true, but the quarter ounce coin has a mintage limit, which in turn could do like, I don't know, maybe the 2021 high relief Mustang or the 1991 half ounce gold eagle. That's the thing about coins. There's that chance of it becoming collectible. So if you could pay just a couple more percent for a coin with the chance of it being a collectible to boot, I think it's a wiser play. The bar will never be collectible. It'll only be stackable. That is why I prefer coins over bars. Mr. Coin Crew says, I would always take a coin over a bar any day of the week.
I don't see the week on there, but okay.
I know, I had to add it. Gold Eagle Prospect, and are the prices of gold coins on NGC site accurate? Mike?
No, they're not a price guide. That's what I tell people every day.
It's just, that's a value they put on them, and they charge the people accordingly because they charge. They say the price of the coin does not affect the price you get charged for grading, but they say all coins up to $250 is going to cost you this. All coins up to $3,000 is going to cost you this. All coins over 3,000 or all gold coins going to cost you this. But there's no charge according to the value, but all their price structures read that way. How is that? I mean, seriously, how can they say that? And then when you're reading a price structure on their submission sheets, it's all structured by price.
Mm-hmm.
How can they say price does not affect the amount you pay for grading? Does that make them hypocrites? Saying it doesn't? We don't charge you by the value of your coin, but yet all their pricing says we do? They're weird like that.
Yeah, well, that is kind of.
Well, it's the truth. That you ask, oh, we don't charge you according to value of your coin.
I heard him say that.
Do you guys ever see the Carson City 20-cent pieces? A lot. I see them off and on. I see more of those than I see '09 SVDBs. I mean, except for the ones sitting in dealers' cases, because dealers scarf up those. But I mean, if you're walking around, you'll see those pop up less frequent sometimes, but then more frequent. Because the '09 SVDBs you see, it's the same guys always having them. And then you'll see, very rarely will you see someone pop up with a new one. But at Carson City, you may see fewer at the show, but they'll pop up new ones more frequently. Does that make sense how I said that? I don't know. You'll see new ones come around on the CCs more than you'll see new '09 SVDBs come around. But the population of the '09 SVDBs is more. Do you guys ever see the car? Oh, we already did that one.
Just did that one.
We did that one. Here we go. I almost did it. I almost pressed it again. Which is the King Silver Eagle, the 95W or the 2019 Enhanced Reverse Proof? That is a tricky question. Its current and future have two different answers. What do you think, Mike? What's your opinion on those two Eagles? Ricky's House of Crap wants to know.
Well, we got the 95W.
It's a plain proof with a W.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a better coin. To be honest with you, because they both are 30,000. So, which one is the lowest minute?
Yeah, the lowest minted one is the 2019S. It's a couple hundred lower, but virtually they're both 30,000. I think in the future the beauty of the coin is going to be more into play than the rarity of the coin. So I think in the long haul the 19S will be worth more. Right now, the 95W. Both great coins. What is the wholesale on the US Mint high relief tree gold coin? Um, I think he's talking about the Tree of Life. I don't think they have that anymore. And do you get a wholesale dealer wholesale on that? On high relief golds every year? Do they
Yeah,
offer those
yeah.
wholesale?
There is a list out there that we look at for high release, but yeah, the Tree of Life is right now a hard one to get a hold of.
Yeah, it's. I expect it to be going up shortly if it's not already started rising. What causes carbon spots on coins? It does silver, and does this lower the value? Nothing about silver. I just threw that word in there. What causes the carbon spots and does it lower the value of coins? Says MM.
And doesn't lower.
Does it lower the value of them?
It does lower the value of
And
spot
what causes it? It's more like an oxidation or a cleaner or something.
oxidation. You take it out if you're doing flea markets. They might have had them out in the sun in the case. There's all kinds of stuff can make it happen.
Normally, a lot of times, something was on the planchette was not cleaned properly, and there's a maybe a piece of debris on the die or the planchette, or oxidation from something in the air.
Oh,
Has
excuse
the
me.
U.S. Mint ever sold something and waited a month to mail them?
What do you think they're doing right now?
Besides the privy, he's saying, AKA the Army privy.
Besides the yes, they have before. Yes.
I don't remember what they were, but I see them do it all the time. What's the platinum typically harder to find? Why is platinum typically harder to find? And why are platinum mintages lower than most gold and silver?
Well, I thought we touched that earlier.
I think we did. We didn't touch this exact question, but we touched a question about the our opinion of platinum being a good investment. Um, real quick to touch on this subject, they are lower because the demand is lower off the bat, so they mint fewer of them. And the reason why it's harder to find, it's like 15 or 9 times something more rare than gold. That would be my guess. How do you get a price on a coin if the NGC price guide is not accurate? You can get price. You can go to eBay sold listings. That'll give you a retail price, but you have to deduct like 15-20% off of that, and that's what it's theoretically worth. Or you can check the gray sheet. Is that not the best two ways? Auction records, gray sheet.
Yeah, you got to
And
look at our.
don't look at just eBay sold listings. Look at like Heritage and stuff like that. There's a lot Gold Eagle prospecting. There's a lot of stuff involved in figuring out what a coin is worth. I guess you could say the easiest way to know what it's worth is you put it out for $5, and if it sells too quick, you're too cheap, and if it sells too slow, you're too high. That's another way to do it too. Trial and error. PCDS, NGC, price guides, values, APMEX, ST Bullion, and other gold, silver sites, gray sheet, red book, blue book. So many to find the value of a coin, silver and gold, bars, rounds. Thank you, J Dog. And that is how you do it. You just got to take all your different informational outlets and average them together, and that'll help you out.
Mhm.
Sir Blue says, just want to thank you both so much for the incredible show every week. Uh, if you like the show, guys, if you really like it, share it in a community post on your YouTube channel. It will help more people find us. You know, we normally get 80 to 100 people, but other guys, they get less, and then other guys get hundreds of people. So if you think this is a good enough show that other people should be here, let them know by sharing it. Hit the like button. Watch it all the way through. All of that helps YouTube to know, hey, this is a good show. Let's push it to other people. But thank you, Azure Blue. We really appreciate you saying that. 1859 Delaniga, medium D, $5 lib, PCGS, OGH. That's the old green holder that was minted from the 1990 to I think 96 or 97. Old green holder VF25, worth getting or stay away from the medium. I think if Delaniga is worth getting as long as the price isn't too high. You can never get enough of those. What do you think?
Uh, Depends on what he's running for. If he's giving you a fair price, and that's where you got to check your gray sheet or something.
The old green holder helps it out a little bit, but again, you're buying the coin, not the holder. Better holders like that are a plus, but they don't add value. They just add, I guess you could say, pedigreeness, so to speak. Because it's been in the holder for a while, it's most likely not going to change color at this point in time because you're talking 25 to 35 years. What is that, 97? So 30 to 35 years roughly in that holder. So it's most likely not going to change color. It's not going to get a copper spot on the gold if it hasn't already got one. The thing about Delanigas and Charlottes, sometimes they'll be a great abrasively cleaned and they'll still give them a numbered grade. So be careful with that. Make sure you understand what you're buying. I've seen a lot of them in holders say VF25 and has scratches from being rubbed. Have you seen them like that, Mike, on the Delanigas and the
Oh
Charlotte?
yeah.
So be cautious when you buy those two rare types of gold. Make sure you're getting a good coin, not a damaged coin, because they will sometimes, as I said, put them in a numbered holder. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to. All likes are greatly appreciated. Everyone says against an army. Look at this. Remember, 30 months. Time flies when you're having fun. J Dog, boom, man. Thank you. Guys, your memberships are greatly appreciated as well. Looks like we're down to the bottom of the chat. We got about 8 minutes left as we try to go for about an hour. So if anybody's got any questions they want us to try to answer, we will do our best to get them in that, squeeze them in that time. But do check out Mike's channel. His channel has been periodically coming up in the night. But if a mod wants to throw his channel link up, he does videos and he shows you some of the stuff he buys at shows. If you want to buy some of it, you get a hold of. Watch his videos. Some of that shit's really good. I've watched his videos and I'm like, yo, bro, I need that. I've done that so many times. Because, seeing the coin on a video is a lot different than seeing it in a picture where it's just one snapshot. You get to see the angles move and the lighting and everything. So it's more realistic, like you're almost seeing it in person. So check out his channel. Against an Army just posted his website right there. Thank you. Thank you. Doug Wagner says, great show tonight. Answered a lot of questions I was thinking about. So I guess let's get back, if you want, Mike, let's get back to the topic of the show. Is now the time to buy silver and gold? I mean, just straight out, would you buy it if you had the extra money?
Yeah.
I would too. I think it's always a time to buy silver and gold until you just can't afford to buy it no more because you never get enough of a good thing. Never. So Juan Justo says, thank you. Guys, thank you all so much. We appreciate you all being here. We appreciate all the likes, all the comments. You guys just rock. I mean, it is awesome. Our channel's been doing okay. We could do better, but hey, I appreciate you guys being here. How we do this? I can't even do nothing. There it is. Yeah. Uh, Look at this. Against an Army is one of the top chatters in here. He's apologized for being distracted tonight, everyone. Maybe he didn't answer your questions. We have a lot of mods in here that could answer your questions. So, yeah. If we ignored you or missed your question, we do apologize. If you want to put it up real quick, we will do our best to get it. So, Mike, you are going to St. Charles next week,
Yep.
and I'm going to meet you down there on Thursday, the 17th. I'm going to be there. So, do you want all these guys in the chat, or at least some of them, to come down and see us?
Oh, I think they all should come down.
Get on your planes, get in your cars, come on down and see us. Come on down. Who says that? Uh, is that Bob Barker or something like The Price is Right?
I
Something,
can't.
come on down.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was him. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, if you guys are in the area, come down. I've got a couple of you that I know are going to be there. We're actually got some stuff set up, so yeah, maybe it'll work. Here we go. Probably should say gold and silver isn't getting expensive. It's just our money becoming worth less. We did talk about that earlier in the show, see, Bob, about the value of the dollar is 10% less compared to other currencies. Therefore, it has an effect on gold and silver's price. Yeah, and that is part of why everything seems like it's going up so much. Yeah, inflation is here, there's no doubt, but it seems a little rampant because that dollar, when you go down 10% in a 6 month period, because it's only 6 months from the beginning of January to the end of June. And then you got the second half of the year, July on. But over 10% is a lot of depreciation against other currencies. So hopefully the government can get that straightened out, get the deficit down maybe a little bit, straighten the budget out a little more. They're trying, but I don't think they're trying hard enough. What do you think about that?
Uh,
You think they're trying hard enough to get that deficit or budget down?
I think they're doing a little better job than what the other ones, but we got so much debt following behind it, and he's wanting to spend more money to add to it. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get it down.
Now, we did touch earlier about silver being maybe 50, maybe 100. Here's another comment from J Dog. In my opinion, I think if silver spot hits 50, many of the people will be trying to sell, but many less will be buying because of fear of a major crash with the silver spot. And we talked about that. What was we saying earlier about if silver gets that high? How much of it should you sell, or what do you think? If silver got to 50 or 100, Mike?
I don't know. I'm going to be buying. I'm hoping.
Well, I'm hoping to buy, but if you want to take some of your profits, don't sell everything because it will cause the market to crash. And then a big gold whale or silver whale is going to come along, scoop it up, and drive the price even higher than the 50 if it falls fast enough. So that's something you got to be cautious. So my recommendation, take a little bit of profits when it gets there. And if it eases back, great. You still got some that you can add back to it. And if it doesn't ease back, great. You still got some to maybe sell at a higher price later. So never cash in it all just to be cashing in it. Make sure you have something to do with the money that you are utilizing. So, bro, I know you haven't talked much tonight. I've been jabberjaws.
Oh, that's okay.
No, it's not okay. I apologize. I just kind of took over the show. I just felt energetic tonight. So, what's your take on the collectible market? Let's hear you for a few minutes before we get out of here.
On the I think right now that market's strong. It's doing really good for me right now. Uh, I was actually going to go down to Florida and just carry a box down there because I had some really nice stuff I wanted to dump out and move into something else. But oh well.
But it didn't happen, huh?
Yeah, wife, don't take your wife into the doctor's office with you. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, because your wife's gonna say no, you ain't going.
No,
Um,
no. I was told I couldn't travel that far right now.
Now, let's go ahead and let you talk a little bit about your channel, if you could? Let everybody know about your channel, what you do on your channel, what you do at your
Well,
store.
usually on my channel, mostly what I like to do is I'll make a great big buy or something, or I'll go to the shows. When I come back, I see what I'll talk to about what we bought at the shows and what we got out there. And timer, sometimes you'll see me put something out there for just melt, buy it. And so we do a little bit of everything on there, talking about coins.
Well, that's pretty simple if you want to see some of his new stuff. Now, in your videos, you're not showing all the stuff you buy at the show, are you?
No, no, not all of it. Sometimes I fill the desk up as much as I can, and we'll show that. And then, yeah, there's other stuff that came in with the deal.
All right. And one last thing that I want to touch on before we leave. I want to give my lovely wife, Mrs. Coin Crew, a big round of applause. She finally hit 1,800 subs. It's pretty good, I guess. She's happy with it. She
I thought you was gonna say she finally turned 81.
No, she hit 1,800 subs. So that's good. I mean, she doesn't work real hard, but she does some of our previews as well on her channel. So check her out. I seen the link go up. So, guys, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. Again, likes are even appreciated more. And let people know about the show. So, you want to close out with anything, bro? Or we already
No, I think
pre-close
we
it?
covered everything. I'm good.
So we'll see you, Floyd Friday this Friday, Sunday Funday auction. And next week, do you have your coin club meeting or not?
No, no,
And
I'll
so
be here.
next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, Mike and I will be here again. Hopefully you can put up with us. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate you guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.